Welcome back to another KLIM product walkthrough. I'm Lucas, and today we're going to be looking at the newly redesigned Carlsbad Jacket and Pant, now redesigned in its 4th generation for spring of 2026. This is my personal favorite mid-weight Gore-Tex adventure riding gear with integrated armor inside of it and a bunch of vents. It's kind of that perfect solution for your general purpose adventure riding where you don't want too much weight in bulk, but you still want ventilation, you still want pockets, you still want waterproof construction. It's kind of a do-it-all adventure piece. Starting right off at the top here, as you can see, we have a new collar construction here. The flap goes a little further around your collar, and then right here, this little cutout adds additional comfort for the front of your neck. In the back, there's another feature. We'll talk through that when we spin this bad boy around. Moving down here through the front, we have these large pockets. You'll notice all of the zippers here for the vents and for the pockets are this reverse coil zipper that's water resistant. It's a YKK zipper. It's highly water resistant, and it's very smooth as well, so you can see how little effort that takes to move it up and down. The other thing you're going to notice on all the vents and the pockets are these zipper garages right here. These are different zipper garages from what we had in the past. This is a Hypalon material. It's molded and cut for this shape of the zipper head going in there. And this is a common issue people have with zippers and waterproof zippers and water resistant zippers, is they don't put them far enough into the zipper garage for them to properly go over the garage, to go over the zipper, and for water to run down it when it's raining. So you'll end up with your zipper down a little bit like that, and then you got water going in there. You're like, oh, it's leaking, what's going on? Well, just make sure you get the zipper all the way in there, and this new Hypalon zipper garage design is going to help solve that problem. Moving through the pockets here on the front, 2 huge water resistant zipper pockets on the front there. You can like shove maps and stuff in there if you're still using paper maps. Little pocket right here for a spot tracker or headphones or earplugs or anything small you want to have easy access to there on the front. These pockets right here, they do have mesh inside of them. So you can, in theory, open these pockets up and get some airflow through there. Just don't forget, if you do have things in there and you open that up, things are gonna fall out. So just be mindful about that. We do have dedicated vents here on the front, on the upper chest right there. These have that thick mesh behind them that needs to be there for CE abrasion ratings to help protect you in a slide. If you have this thick mesh here, it'll help protect you. And these vents here under the armpits are going to flow air through the jacket. When we spin this around, you'll see the vents on the back, and it's going to make sense where the air is going to flow through the jacket. Now, speaking about vents, back up here on the front of the collar, when you open your collar up, this is a feature we've had for a while now, you have these little elastic cords. You can hook those collar tabs on the side of the jacket and really open up the front of the jacket and hold it open and keep this from flapping in the wind. So we really like that feature for those super hot days. Then if it's raining, you just pop it back out and you zip yourself up all the way. Now you're sealed up. Moving down through the front of the jacket here, 2 big pockets, super easy to get in there with gloves. You got these TPR tabs on there, these rubberized tabs to hold on to. It's gusseted. You can fit a ton of snacks in there, which I really appreciate. And then looking at the arms here, you can see these red cinch straps. Those are to adjust the tension of the arms around your arms. So you can hold this vent open right down here. It's a nice big wrist vent, one on both sides. It's also double headed. So if you really want a ton of airflow, you can pop this open all the way, and it's now angled. So when you're on the bike, that angled vent is going to catch a little more air than the inline vent did on the prior generation. Now the last pocket here is your stat card pocket. You can put your stat card with your medical information on here. You can put keys in there. You can put kind of whatever small knickknacks you want in easy access right there. We have this medical symbol as well, so EMS knows to look for medical information in this pocket in the event of an accident. Now really quick, we'll jump in the inside of the jacket here and look at some of the mesh in the pockets. This is very similar to how the jacket was in the prior generation, so it won't be reinventing the wheel, but it's good to go through. There's a ton of pockets on the inside. You can see that breathable mesh as well. It's going to wick sweat and moisture and keep you cool as the air flows through the jacket and through the vents. And same thing on that side, 2 big pockets. And then actually here, you can install a kidney belt if you want. It doesn't come with the kidney belt, but a kidney belt is compatible. Now that we're on the inside of the jacket, there's something really important to talk through. That is the new Rogue Armor system. This is KLIM's proprietary compound of impact-absorbing polymers. And we have this in the jacket and the pants across our whole Gore-Tex touring and adventure line this year. If you're curious about those pads, there's a whole separate video about them, but here's what they look like. They're these blue, super breathable pads. This is a level 2 pad. Carlsbad comes with level 2 Rogue Armor. You can see how open that is, how much airflow you're going to get through that. Still meets and exceeds level 2 certifications, impact absorbing, requirements across a variety of conditions. These are super flexible. Like, look at that, you can just like fold this whole thing right up. Anyways, not gonna go into details on the Rogue pads. In this video, there's a whole separate video that'll answer all your questions on the development process for these pads and what they do. But just know, no more D3O in the Carlsbad. Rogue, KLIM, Rogue, level 2, armor suite, top to bottom. All right, now that we covered the pads, we'll go down into the pants here. 2 big zippered vents on the front with that water resistant zipper and the new Hypalon zipper garage like I talked. Gonna flow a ton of air through that thigh, and it's gonna exit out the exhaust vent we'll see on the back. These pockets, I really like this new pocket design because, as you can see, the zipper is vertical. So when you're sitting on the bike and your leg is up, you can open that pocket and get in there really easily. Whereas if your pockets are straight up and down while you're standing, when you're on the bike, it's gonna be harder to reach in there. So pick your poison on which direction of your leg you wanna be able to access that pocket. This is set up for access in the riding seated position. So very convenient for being on the bike, being in the gas station, grabbing that stuff in whatever scenario you have. Now, the big question is, what's our fabric layout across the jacket and pant? Everything blue you see here on this particular colorway is a 400 denier fabric. It's the same face fabric that we find in the Badlands Pro jackets. This is highly durable, very strong fabric. It's Gore-Tex, of course. This is performance shell. When we move to the gray fabric here, this is a lighter 200 denier fabric. This is all on the inside of the jacket where you're not gonna have as much abrasion. You're not gonna like drag your armpit across the ground most likely. So we can lighten up these fabrics in the low impact areas, keep the weight of the jacket a little lighter, keep it more mobile, keep it more flexible. The black fabric on the shoulders, elbows, knees, that's a 630 denier twisted yarn Cordura ripstop. So this is one of our most durable types of fabrics for these applications, for the knees and the elbows and those high impact, high wear areas. It's also here, this gray fabric on the pockets on the front. If you have bulky stuff in here, keys, sharp things, whatever, you'd want to be wearing through that. So we put a really durable fabric on all those pockets. And then inside the knee down there, of course, the leather between the knees to grip the bike, protect you from the heat of the engine, protect the pants from the header, for example. We always put that leather down there between the legs. All right, now on the back, again, that same super durable body fabric, that 400 denier fabric all across the back right there. It'll be tough to see on the mannequin because it's not gonna move, but we have this action back construction in the back. You've heard us use action back before on other pieces. We've kind of redesigned the way we do action back, and it's a nice deep gusset in there, of course, fully waterproof. It's gonna give you a lot of mobility across the back there while maintaining durability without having to use weaker fabrics across that back shoulder area. Now, like I mentioned on the collar, we redesigned the collar up top. We also redid the cinch mechanism back here. It slides into its little pocket there. So if you got a mullet or some long hair or something going on, your hair's not gonna get stuck inside this elastic collar cinch there on the back. So we sleeked that up a little bit for you. And of course, here we can see better that 630 denier material also on the seat that was on the knees and on some key wear areas of the jacket. Here's that vent. Maybe you can see this side. There's the vent on the back. There's a huge vertical zippered vent, and that's where the air coming through those front chest vents is gonna pass through the jacket and out the back and keep you cool. Same thing on the exhaust vents on the pants. Air comes in the front, it's gonna go through your pants and exit out the back right here, keeping your legs cool. It's really tough to keep things below the knee cool because you got boots and everything else going on down there. So we're really trying to focus on keeping the air flowing through your thighs, cooling down from all that blood flow through your arteries and everything that's down in your legs, trying to keep you comfortable in hot conditions. Now, last thing about safety, we got some reflective hits here. This is that carbon black reflective that looks pretty discreet until you hit it with light from your point of view, like from a car headlights, for example. You'll be able to see this shine back. We've got it also on the bottom of the pants, here on the shoulders, on the upper arm there, and as well on the front. If we spin Manny the mannequin around here, you can see those reflective hits up there. So just some added visibility for you, some added safety there in low visibility conditions like in the rain or at night. And one last thing I forgot to mention about the Rogue armor that we're talking about inside the jacket and pant. When we compare the current new 2026 generation of Carlsbad to prior Carlsbads, this new one with the KLIM Rogue armor will save close to 2/3 of a pound of weight across the jacket and pants. So we're saving a ton of weight with that KLIM Rogue armor over what was in here previously while we're still maintaining the same impact safety. So we're super stoked on that. That's gonna save a bunch of weight. Besides the construction improvements we've made to this jacket, we're saving a bunch of weight, adding breathability, adding flexibility. So you're gonna see a huge comfort improvement in the new Carlsbad over prior generations of Carlsbad, while still maintaining that same setup of usable pockets without too many pockets, usable ventilation without adding too much bulk of zippers in a lot of places. So it's a really good balance of mobility, durability, ventilation, storage, and waterproofness, of course, because this is Gore-Tex. So that's about it for the Carlsbad Jacket and Pant. If you guys have any questions, hit us up in the comments. Find us on all the social media. We're out there. See you next time.